Hey guys, it's Cece, and welcome to a new series on my channel called 10 in 10. Thank you very much to my roommate Brian for helping me to come up with a title for this series. By the way, if you want to see more of me and Brian, we have a dedicated movie channel. Link will be in the description below. We talk about movies, we talk about TV. It's great. Basically, the premise of this series is that I am going to recommend 10 books to you in 10 minutes or less. I have 10 minutes to pitch you on 10 books pertaining to a particular theme, and that's it. That's the whole thing. I feel like this is a series that is going to work to be more streamlined. These are going to be quick, informative, 10 on a theme style videos that you can consume in 10 minutes or less. Today I am recommending books that are underhyped. So all of these books have less than 1,000 reviews on Goodreads as of filming this video. And this was a theme that was suggested to me by my patrons. It was a patron chosen video, although they didn't know that this was going to be the first 10 in 10 video. With that intro out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. I only have a few minutes left to pitch you 10 books that are underhyped and that I think you should read. Number 1, first of all on this list, we have Soft in the Middle by Shelby Eileen. This is a poetry collection about body feels and queer feels. Shelby is a fat queer author, and this is a collection all about those things. It's about struggling with self-love, whether that self-love is about loving your body, your sexuality, your gender. It's a brilliant collection that made me cry. There are so many things that are handled so well. If you want to read more queer poetry, or you just want to read poetry in general that's accessible and lovely, please read Soft in the Middle. And next up, we have Knit 1, Girl 2 by Shira Glassman. I talk about this book sometimes because it is an FF novella I adore. We have two Jewish ladies falling in love. So we have an indie yarn dyer who is looking for her next inspiration because she sends out these indie yarn packages for people who are really into knitting, and then she goes and sees this art display. She falls in love with it. She contacts the author and asks if she can do a line of yarn dedicated to that art, and as they are working together on this project, they start to bond over their favorite TV shows and fall in love. It's adorable, it's romantic, I don't recommend it nearly enough. It is a perfect FF novella about fandom and creativeness. I love it. Next, I want to talk about S.A. Chant, who you might also know by the name Austen Chant. I talk about their books all the time, but I wanted to recommend in particular Caroline's Heart. It is a Wild West magical queer romance novella, which is everything. It's about a trans cowboy named Roy who gets injured and is taken in by a trans witch who lost her dearest love, and she has been making this heart so that she can revive her lost love. So this is about trans folks falling in love. Both of the main characters are trans and bisexual. It is wild westerny, it is queer, it is magical. You know I love S.A. Chant. I talk about Peter Darling and Coffee Boy all the time. I just wanted to make sure you all know about Caroline's Heart as well. You should read it. Another queer romance novella I wanted to talk about is Long Macchiatos and Monsters by Alison Evans. This has a genderqueer main character named Jalen who loves B-movies, loves old, terrible sci-fi movies, and they are sitting in a coffee shop avoiding university one day when they meet a guy named P. P is a trans guy who has a prosthetic leg, and it's about the two of them bonding over coffee and bad movies, and it's delightful. I highly recommend it as Pride reading. It is a novella, so it is super quick to consume, and it is full of trans people falling in love, which is amazing. Yes, a lot of these are Kindle reads. I do have a couple that you can buy physically. The first of those that I have is Tarnished Are the Stars by Rosiee. Thor. This is YA sci-fi. It is set in a world in the future where technology has been systematically banned, and it follows three main characters, a spy, a surgeon, and a politician's son. And the three of them come together through unlikely circumstances and start to possibly think about the fact that the government is hiding a massive epidemic. Feels very timely, but we have a FF romance between the spy and the surgeon. There's also a soft arrow ace boy, and this is about communication taking on evil powers that be. It's sci-fi fabulousness. Please, please read it. We also have How to Be Remy Cameron by Julian Winters. How to Be Remy Cameron is about a teen boy named Remy Cameron who feels like he knows who he is. It's easy for him to put his identity into little boxes. He's gay, he's black, he's adopted, he's a best friend. And then he is challenged to write an essay about himself, and all of a sudden things seem a lot more complicated. And this is just about his own journey, figuring out who he is. It is also a male-male romance. It's a delightful journey of self-discovery, self-awareness, writing about who you are, and that pivotal moment in high school where you're kind of making these huge decisions. It's wonderful. Next, I wanted to recommend The Poison Within by Rachel Marie Pearcy. This is a FF fantasy romance with a redemption arc. We've got an evil queen named the Black Queen. She has a horrible reputation and eventually she is chased from her kingdom and she takes refuge in this forest kingdom where they accept outsiders who are on the run. And while there, she starts to fall for that kingdom's princess and starts to work on redeeming herself and potentially making plans to retake her kingdom. This is heavily inspired by Regina from Once Upon a Time, and it is a royalty romance that I happen to love. I was an editor on it, so, I'm biased, but you should read this book. Next up, I want to recommend Nothing Happened by Molly Booth. This is a contemporary YA retelling of Much Ado About Nothing, which just so happens to be my very favorite Shakespeare play. This follows a ton of different main characters. It's set at a summer camp and is absolutely chock full of drama. It's the kind of drama Shakespeare would be proud of. People are falling in love. People are falling out of love. Bea, our Beatrice character, is black. One of the other main relationships is between two girls. It's super diverse, it's queer, it's delightful. Second to last, we have Small Beauty by Jaya King Wilson Yang. This is adult fiction. It's super introspective. This is about a mixed-race trans woman of Chinese descent. She has recently found out that her cousin has died, and so she goes to stay in his house to clean it out, and while she's there, she's reflecting on her past, reflecting on the loss of her aunt, the loss of her cousin. It's very much about grief, but it's also about her reflecting on the community of trans women that she left behind while she decided to go on this journey. This is a super quick read, it's metaphorical, it's in-depth, it is investigating so many intricacies of trans identity, particularly for a person of color. It's great. And the last book that I'm recommending in this very first 10 in 10 video is Miranda in Milan by Katharine Duckett. This is another FF Shakespeare retelling because I am exactly that type of person. This is set after the events of The Tempest, and it follows Miranda, who gets to Milan, and it turns out her relationship with her father has a lot of complexity. There's a lot that she didn't know, that she didn't understand about politics, about magic, about her own family. And while she is there, she meets a girl, and the two start to fall in love while they are investigating this mystery. I love The Tempest, I think it's great, but this is such a great reinterpretation of that story and following the consequences of that story. Plus, it's FF. It's everything. Okay, that's it. We did it. That is 10 books in less than 10 minutes. Please let me know if this is a series you like and a series you would like to see more of from me. I know I'm talking really fast. I hope it was something you liked. If you would like to see more 10 in 10 videos, let me know some themes you would love for me to cover in the future down in the comments below. Thank you to my patrons for choosing this topic. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!